What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome on back to Dragon Age 2 Legacy. As always, if you're new here or haven't yet, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment, and of course, if you want to catch up on the rest of the Let's Play so far, Dragon Age 2 proper, or the rest of Legacy, go ahead and check out the links in the description below. Got the whole playlist down there in order for you guys. We are heading down into the tower base now of Corypheus' prison. I think he said there's 4 seals, right? We 2 out of 4. This place looks fun. You have deep stalkers. It's been a while. My toxic little cute friends. This place kind of reminds me of the nest from Awakening with the mother. I wonder if the assets are similar. It looks a lot like it, or Kalsharok. It's pretty similar. Let's get all my buffs popping immediately. That's a problem. No. Just stay away from my squishies. We don't need to have you murdering my mages. They're like little velociraptor things, but cuter. They're kind of like cute in a way. It's the kind of thing my girlfriend would bring home. She'd be like, but look how cute it is. I'm honestly surprised I haven't had like a random raccoon show up at my house yet. Can we keep him? Yeah, the way Liliana is in Dragon Age Origins with Nugs is literally how my girlfriend is with any baby animal.
That looks like Legion of the Dead armor. It's an Orzammar thing. No matter your crime, if you join the Legion and vow to die fighting Darkspawn, your name is cleared.
Which is a very cool thing. First Legionnaire's Journal. It's ironic, hearing of Thedas Garen's crime first gave me the courage to confess my own and join the Legion of the Dead. Knowing that a Paragon's son could give in to the same base passions as a mere merchant, commit a murder even fouler than mine. Yet he was sentenced to die in the Deep Roads for murdering his sister, not even offered the chance at the Legion. I am grateful every day for what the Legion gave me. A family, a purpose, and my name is clear. So when the Paragon learned that the Carter were first responsible for the murder, not his son, I was the first to volunteer to retrieve the prince. It's not right that he should be the only one who doesn't know he's been exonerated. From the Journal of Maylav Haran, Legion of the Dead. Thedas, huh? Thedas Garen. You know anything about that, Varric?
Legion of the Dead. Sent after Paragon Garen's heir. Why does that sound familiar? I think Garen was sometime in the early Exalted Age. Hundreds of years ago.
Do you think they found him?
Who knows?
So there's no relation then, that's a coincidence. Varric Thedas and Thedas Garen. You just happen to have the first name of Varric's last name. But maybe there was something going on there. I mean, that must be a trip, right? Being sent into exile for killing your sister when you know you didn't do it, but that's just the way the Dwarven system works, so it's not like you can convince them of that. Which I guess he found out the hard way. More Legion. Second Legionnaire's Journal. Paragon Garen refuses to give up. We're the 8th Legion unit he sent after Thedas in the past 5 years. None dare tell him that after so long alone in the Deep Roads, Thedas is certainly dead. The Paragon insists he will see his heir restored to his rightful place, and the ancestors favor his cause. We followed the paths of the other Legionnaires, and so far, we seem to be on the right trail. We're in a section of the Deep Roads that appears to have been altered by human magic, so perhaps we'll find some new clue here. We're going in tomorrow. Ancestors be with us. From the Journal of Carlis Aratak, Legion of the Dead.
That's where I know the name. Thedas Garen should have been the heir to the Garen clan. But he was accused of killing his sister and sent into the Deep Roads to die. When the real murderer was caught, they tried to find him. They never could. Instead, every Garen heir from that time on took the name Thedas in his honor. One of them became a Paragon in his own right, and founded my clan.
So this is...
So there is a relation.
Sister they're looking for.
Not directly, but a little closer than I like to come to my past, you know.
Yeah, so there is some relation there. Yeah, that's rough, man. It's kind of like sentencing somebody to, like, you already chopped their head off and then you realize you had it wrong. That's a tough one, especially when it's your right? Imagine sentencing your own son to death, basically, and then you come to find out that actually you made a gigantic mistake and it was just some Carter thugs. I'm trying to keep an eye on everybody here. There we go. Just needed the shield guy to die. Not only that, but then imagine being the Legion of the Dead. Like, you know it's chalked, you know this guy is dead, but I mean, the last one we read was the 8th Legion unit that had been sent down here to look for him. And then they just stumbled into this shit show and they can't even leave because it's magically sealed, so... It must be tough from a soldier's perspective to know that the mission you're on currently is pointless. You're not going to find anything but a corpse. But you still got to do it because the king is a king.
Paragon wanted plant flowers. Brighten it up.
I don't think they're the flower-loving kind of people. Dumat's ritual scroll. The writings on this ancient parchment is barely legible, but it appears to concern a rite of silence. Place the offerings on the altar, then kneel before it. With abject humility, head bowed and hands clasped, say, "These are our offerings, O Lord of Silence." It's a quest update right there, so we have what we're looking for.
Those torches seem a little odd.
You think? That's a dwarven tomb. Let's see. That's you three lit. Let me click, damn it. Okay. There we go. Gauntlets of the Fortress. It's more of our warden gear. And I think we found the dwarven tomb we were looking for. Interesting that he had warden gear on him. And it makes you wonder if he became a warden in passing while he was down here. Wouldn't be the first time a dwarven noble has run into a group of wardens. That's literally the...
Silent and
literally the story if you play as a dwarven noble in Origins.
accept these offerings and share your strength.
Place the sacrifices. Nothing happens. The altar has receptacles for 4 sacrificial items. So I'm missing one, okay. We'll come back. If we find the 4th. We can defile it if we choose to, but I don't think we will be doing that. We can look around for the next goodie though, and then backtrack. Chop that wood. I love the large scale encounters for this build, because every single thing that falls just buffs the hell out of you. The more things you hit, the better it all works. Feed me infinite stamina, baby. Journal page here. 3rd Legionnaire's Journal. This place is cursed. For 10 years, Paragon Garen has been sending Legionnaires to search out our lost heir. Now I know what's become of them. There's no way out. There is no normal part of the deep roads. There's lyrium worked into the walls, into the stone itself. Some kind of human magic. From the outside, it looks like just another tunnel, but walk in, and it's a prison. There is no way past the barriers, no way forward, no way back, but the trap remains open to every beast, darkspawn and dwarf that wanders in. My brothers in the Legion have died, and I have done my best to lay their spirits to rest in the stone. I am the last. There will be no one to do the same for me, or for Thedas, if he too was snared by this noose. For you, my prince, I wish you the stone's blessing. Atrast Tunsha. Botania Amgatol Tavash Iduk. May someone recite the ritual words over your bones and return your spirit to the stone. From the Journal of Bashath Garen, Legion of the Dead. Garen, huh? Like Thedas Garen.
We bury our dead, not burn them. This must be the dwarven way.
There's our last sacrificial piece we needed. The writing on this ancient parchment is barely legible, but it appears to concern a rite of silence. Press your palms and forehead to the ground before the altar. Then these words thrice repeated. Golden jewels, meat and blood. Sacrifices to your hungry heart. Grab these up real quick, and then we'll head on back to that altar of Dumont. Yoink. Yoink. Go see what this ritual is all about. Yeah, you do have a choice here. You could just defile it and tell it to suck it, but it's been a while since I actually did the ritual, so.
Silent and strong, secret and wise. Accept these offerings and share your strength.
Well, it seemed to work. Don't look at me like that.
Fascinating.
As I just walk away like a Chad. Oh, we got what? Chains of the Penitent? What is that? Is that a weapon? Chains of the Penitent. Okay, it wasn't a weapon. Is it armor? Negative. Chain of the Penitent. So we get 1 constitution, 1 armor, and 9% threat generation. So if you were playing a tank, that would be really, really good for you. I don't think... Oh, I guess you could just throw it to your tank too. I'm kind of the tank, but I'm also kind of not. Like, I don't want too much aggro. Because if everything looks at me, it'll ruin my chance to go behind them and slash the hell out of them. Maybe good situationally.
I think I'm gonna pass out.
That smell would be the guy we're looking for.
Atras Tunsha, Botania Amegtol Tavashaiduk.
That was sweet, Hawk. Now let's get out of here before you see me cry.
Barak. Don't get too misty-eyed on me. We still got work to do. I would hate to see you shed tears. Hit him on his broadside or from behind. He won't do much damage if you're hitting his shield side. Or you'll crack the hell out of him if you hit him on his broadside. You do have loot. Let me go get that. What'd you bring me? This gold. This is gonna sink us back into the tower. Let's take a swing around first. It's fine. We don't need that. Speculations on Kirkwall. The records say Corypheus has been trapped below the Vim mark since the days of the Tevinter Imperium. Can it be a coincidence that the Darkspawn besieged this area more fiercely than anywhere else on the surface of Thedas? Or that Kirkwall, the closest city, suffers from endless plagues of violence, lunacy, human sacrifice, and blood magic. If one studies Kirkwall's public records, it becomes hard to deny that some malevolent force has long shaped its history. Could a Darkspawn, even a powerful mage, have such influence even as it slumbers? From a weathered journal bearing the Grey Warden's seal. Yeah, there's a lot to know about Kirkwall when you look at its history with the Tevinters. I mean, we read plenty of codexes in our Let's Play, right? There's so many Blood Mage artifacts and haunted items. There's a lot down there that's a problem. And it doesn't get better when you learn that, you know, there's an ancient Darkspawn devil himself down here, basically. You know? Lucifer is basically under Kirkwall, too. It all kind of starts to make a little sense why everybody gets possessed so easily and why it's such a hellscape for trafficking and slavery and murder and theft. The amount of death that has taken place in Kirkwall by itself would cause problems for the Veil, right, and the Fade. Considering it, mass violence and horrific actions like that literally make the Veil thinner, which then causes more demons and possessions, and every time that happens, it continues to thin. So the Veil here is probably like a tiny little piece of paper with holes all over it. And then you have Corypheus, whatever this Darkspawn demon king lord god is. And then if this is under Kirkwall, or close by, then you got to imagine that every single death down here and all the heinous acts down here also affect the Veil up there, right? Okay, we got another seal here. I am going to go ahead and save, just in case. First things first. You over there, you over there, and you over there. Now we can continue. You. Let's not have my whole team in here. Seems like a bad idea. God damn it. I tried.
Now we can relax.
There's no shot at you. Maybe you. Yeah, I thought it might have been. That would be you then. He's so buzzer. Alright, so we got crit chance, crit damage, speed reduction, and stun chance. Honestly, when it comes to this, I would probably go with crit chance or stun chance, whatever you feel like is best for what you're doing. If I was doing a DPS warrior like we are, then I would go crit chance. If we were doing like a tank, sword, and board situation, then I would go stun chance. That's what I would do. Yeah, the weapon here that they created was actually a really cool idea. It's just not very well realized. Because, I mean, it's 45 physical damage. You get all these different specific buffs you can put on it. But then when you compare it to this and the rune slots, this really should have had rune slots. If the Hawk's Key had rune slots, it would be cracked out of its mind. But that's not what they didn't decide to do that for some reason. It really should have had rune slots, and then you could have used it for your whole playthrough. I would probably use it a whole bunch if it had rune slots, because then I could crank the attack speed up on it and stuff. But you spend like most of your game making sure you have all these runes and stuff, and then you can't use any with it.
He knows you are close. You must be ready. What's that? Oh, no! No! They're here!
Who is they? The Carter?
No, worse. More treacherous, more dangerous. The Wardens. They listen to Corypheus. They want to bring him the light. Stop them. You must stop them.
Something's happening. The prison's breaking down. But it stood up to tunneling before. What can... You have the key. And you've come through the seals. But how? Champion? Are you the one? The same Hawk, child of Malcolm? The Carters said they were close. You must be him. I am Janica. I lead this unit of Grey Wardens.
Why are the Wardens so interested in my father?
Then you don't know. Without Malcolm, this prison would have fallen 30 years ago.
It's time for you to explain yourself.
Tell me what my father did.
The Grey Wardens built this prison to contain one of the most powerful Darkspawn we've ever encountered. But even the best magic fades. The Wardens need to reinforce the seals. This requires the blood of a mage untainted by Warden training. The last to perform the ritual was your father.
So often they kidnap a high-standing mage here and bring him down to perform this ritual.
My father was a blood mage.
To avert the blights, forbidden magics are sometimes necessary.
Tell that to the lynch mob when you're not a Grey Warden.
My father knew that.
He did not bind the demons, if that is your concern. That was done in another era, before the Chantry's laws.
So this place was built so long ago that the demons were put in here before that was illegal, before blood magic was outlawed. It's interesting. At least our father wasn't anything to do with that. But we heard him messing with those binds, so I guess maybe he boosted the seal on those demons that were bound. Maybe he's the one that caged them, but they've been bound here to the spell for a while.
That's why the Carter came after me.
We need your help, Hawk. I have done extensive research on this Darkspawn, and I believe the original Wardens were wrong. He isn't a threat to humanity. He's our greatest opportunity. A Darkspawn who can talk, feel, reason.
Corypheus cares nothing for blights. He used you.
The Warden Commander.
Don't listen to this creature. He's half Darkspawn himself. I know how to harness Corypheus. Use his magic to end the blights.
It's always a mage.
The Wardens knew. Corypheus is too powerful.
Father would have considered this, done the research. Trust that he was right.
Oh, I'm not only trusting
If he
him.
doesn't help, it's one more big darkspawn to stick a bolt in. No big deal.
Not worth the
She
risk.
has a way to control him. I don't see the harm.
Corypheus calls her, and she listens. She brought him the Carter, sent them for you.
You must help us.
Must I? Yeah, it's always a mage whose reach exceeds their grasp, right? She wants to bind and control this Darkspawn god, but this Darkspawn god has complete control over anything and everything that's tainted. And she's tainted, so she's not even thinking for herself anymore. They're playing a fun game here, where he's all bent out of shape with Darkspawn corruption, and she's all clean cut, right? She looks like she still has herself about her, and he doesn't. But she leads the unit, but the other Warden recognized him as commander of the Grey, the Warden commander. So how did she end up in charge, and he's out by himself in the shadows, dying to Darkspawn corruption? Do you think it's maybe because she's easily controlled, and he's not? So maybe Corypheus is exerting more oomph with him, which has led him to be corrupted. And then what did she do? Just relieve him of command and they all fell in line? I don't trust that. And she has a mage staff on her back, so I also don't trust her grand design for world domination.
Why would this Darkspawn...
We've been here before with the Architect in Awakening.
He's no mindless monster. This search for the old gods comes at a terrible cost to his people.
He tricked you. These are not your thoughts. They are his calling.
How many of them died in Ferelden alone? And that was the least of the Blights.
You shedding tears over dead Darkspawn here.
How could you trust any deal this Darkspawn makes with you?
Do not think me foolish, Hawk. I am making no deal. I have a spell which can control Corypheus. Bind him to my will.
And what if that spell works the other way around? What if you got that from him?
No more, no less.
Yeah, what if she got this spell from him, and what she's actually doing is binding herself to his will, rather than the other way around? It's not like she would even know, right? Not if it's the calling.
Are you talking about using blood magic?
Everything that was done to him was through the power of blood. The Wardens imprisoned Corypheus before the Chantry banned such magic. It is the only way to hold him.
They never bound him. Only the walls. He cannot be held.
Yeah, my instincts and my trust here is definitely always Larius. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's a mage, she's drinking her own Kool-Aid right now, and she's also drinking his Kool-Aid, which is a bigger problem, to be quite honest with you, so I'm sure you know which team I'll be picking. Yeah, that's a big no for me on binding Grey Wardens to a Darkspawn god. Well, thank you.
Corypheus may be as great a threat as the next Blight. We can't risk freeing him.
We'll find a way to do this with or without you, Hawk.
You're welcome to try.
This prison will be broken. The Blight will end. Come.
With me! We will beat them to the seal!
Yeah, no thanks and all that. Not gonna have that on my head. Of course Meryl disagrees. She was binding herself to a demon too. Meryl is a really good barometer for things that you should disagree with. If she likes it, it's probably a bad idea.
Part of the prison's defenses from centuries.
Well, that sounds harsh, but
Old wards.
I mean, she almost got her entire clan slaughtered to make a deal with a demon to restore a mirror. A mirror that killed her old clan and Tamlin.
Will stall Jenna.
So, when she thinks something is a good idea when it involves blood magic and some kind of weird ritual, that's usually a good shout to back away slowly. Alright guys, this is a pretty good spot to split on up before we work on these final seals, so thank you for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like and a comment on your way out, and I will see you soon with more Dragon Age 2. Take care everybody, have a great day. Peace.